Girl, what? I'm filming a video, girl. Girl, I'm filming a YouTube video. I don't think I'm gonna go. Girl, I'm filming a YouTube video. Not this. I feel like you're interrupting my moment. Like, what is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hello. My name is Brendan. How are you guys? First of all, I hope you guys are having a really good holiday season and are able to be spending time with your loved ones. I actually ended up having a really good Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family, who I don't really get to see very often. And just being around family and loved ones, I think, is always just a fulfilling feeling to have, and to be around the people who care and love about you. So my Thanksgiving was definitely good. It's crazy to think that we are literally going into December. It happened to this year, like 2022, dude, literally like flew by. So it's just insane that this year's coming to an end. I've made so many videos, updates with you guys, on specifically on social media, but also a little bit on YouTube as well, of the stuff that I went through this year and some really big traumatic events that happened, but also some really fun, fulfilling events as well. And you know, for me, social media is like a personal diary. I feel like I'm able to be myself and have no shame, and honestly be open and vulnerable with the stuff that I go through, because I know that there's someone out there who can understand where I'm coming from, or honestly just inspire someone who doesn't know how to speak up or doesn't know how to put themselves out there, and maybe feel like someone like myself who they can relate to, who will put themselves out there, you know. I look back at this year for me was all about personal growth. Most of my teenage years, I was in a relationship. You know, I was with my first serious boyfriend for 3 years, and then, you know, I also was with my second serious boyfriend for another 2 years. So I never really had that time to be by myself and be single, and 2022 is definitely one of those years for me where I was able to be alone and be by myself. And I think it's always good to be by yourself, because sometimes when you go through a really toxic or abusive relationship, or any relationship that's not healthy, I think you lose yourself in who you are, and it takes a really long time to adapt and figure out what you love and who you are again as a person. And this year for me was definitely about, one, finding independence, but two, like, finding who I am again. And so I took this year to really just figure out like what makes me happy and what I love to do. And one of the things that I found out that I really loved this year was hiking. It's so funny, growing up as a kid, I never liked the outdoors. I hated camping, I hated bugs. I mean, I'm still somewhat like that, but I never enjoyed hiking as much as I did as a kid that I do now as an adult. And it was one of those things where I got to learn to appreciate the outdoors, but also be alone. I actually would go hiking by myself, and I remember the first time that I went on a hike by myself, and I was like, and just listening to music, and I was like, oh my god, like this is so relaxing, so peaceful to just kind of like block out reality and be by yourself, you know? Just thinking to myself, like, I can't do this. And I felt so defeated, and I felt so ashamed that I felt like maybe I had to move back home with my parents. As months went by, every month, like, living paycheck to paycheck, but doing it, you know? Like, literally doing it. And I always try to remember to be so proud of myself, because not everyone gets to do that. Even if I went through the hardships that I did, and, you know, I've opened up to you guys about it, you know, living on my own, financially struggling most of this year, getting an STD, which I opened up to you guys about. One of my cats got out this year. That was really hard for me. So moving into 2023, this is kind of half of the video that I really wanted to talk about. When I look into moving forward into next year, like, I really want change. And I think right now I'm feeling stuck and stagnant, and I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way if you're watching this video, where you feel like your life is so repetitive and you every day you wake up and you do the same thing every day, like go to work, come home, clean the house. It feels so repetitive and it feels so defeating. Hard when you see all these people who you're friends with or your family, and you see them doing all these changes and growing and evolving and, you know, getting new careers or buying a house or having kids or getting married. Like, you see all this stuff and it's just so hard to watch, and you wish that for yourself, but even though you're happy for those people, like, it's always hard that you wish you could have that for yourself. And I think for me, like, walking in next year, I just want change, whether that is a new career path or I go back to school, or, you know, I move out of this apartment and move into something nicer, or, you know, I meet someone and, you know, I have a man in my life. Like, of course, ideally, I would love to have someone who I can bond with and share all of my life experiences with. But I know that there's something that I've learned this year, that with the dating world, is that you can't force a connection with someone. You can't force someone to be with you. You can't force someone to talk to you. And you just have to let it come to you and let it feel natural and let it flow. And, you know, I will say that this year has been hard in terms of, like, being alone, but at the same time, like, I think about how long I was in relationships, and I never in my adult life, you know, actually took the time of being alone and figuring my stuff out, you know. And I know that this time that I've taken for myself is just gonna benefit me for my future relationship. And so, yeah, I just really hope, like, 2023 is a year full of happiness, positivity, so much strength and love. And I just want to say, anyone who personally knows me or has been there for me, like, thank you. I appreciate everyone in my life, and I just hope I keep moving forward. And I know I will. No matter what obstacles gotten thrown at me, I've always found a way to bounce back and become a stronger person from it. Or I like to also think of myself as a fighter. Curious in the comments to know what your guys's, you know, goals are. Are you happy in your life right now? Do you want change? What is something in 2023 that you want to do, as this year is finally coming to an end? A very long, interesting, traumatic year, I would say, for myself. But yeah, I really miss YouTube. I love coming on here. I love talking to you guys. And I definitely want to be on this channel more, and grow it. But it's always easier said than done. But I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And I will for sure talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys.